everyone, it's Heather from the Crafty Scrapbooker blog and Hello Heather Designs, and I'm here with you to share a scrapbook layout process video today. I am using the Beautiful Day collection that I designed with Pretty Little Studio under my Hello Heather Designs, and I'm really excited to share this with you because this is the very first project I ever made. I think it was. I had some other ones I made, but I don't remember. No, maybe this was like the third or so. This is the first one I videoed, I guess you could say. So I'm just coloring in, I'm coloring the outline of this butterfly die cut that I did with my Cameo. I mixed up some coral color to match the papers, and then I added some darker ones, or some darker paint splatters around. And I kept running out of what color I was mixing, so I kept having to remix it, and it wasn't exactly the same every single time, but when it dries, it's all pretty, so it doesn't really matter to me. So I just went with it, and I'm using my Gansai Tombi watercolors. I may be saying that totally wrong, but they're a really nice watercolor set, and they're really nice and fun to play with. You can come up with some really pretty colors. And so I'm just kind of trimming out the die cut. I'm going to use the negative, not the positive die cut of the butterfly. So my plan is to use pattern papers and do little strips of fringe in the die cut, kind of like one of those Maggie Holmes butterflies. So I'm picking out patterns from my collection, and I ended up using mostly the 6x8 paper pad because my 8x8 paper, sometimes I like using those in like the whole 8x8 size, and I didn't want to be cutting off one little strip of each one of them because that kind of ruins your paper, like the size. So I ended up just using the 6x8 paper pad, which the patterns are the exact same sizes. It's just that you have 2 inches cut off to make it the 6x8. So now I'm just using my Martha Stewart's fringe scissors to cut all these. This took a while, and those scissors aren't the easiest to use, but I like how it turned out, so it was worth it. And I'm going to go ahead and stick them all down when I'm done here. And, oh, actually, no, I've got to tell you this first. I use leftover pattern papers for when I need something to back, like this die cut, because you're not going to see the paper at all. So I just use some random paper in my stash that I know I'm not going to use. I actually use the back of it because it's white on the back. So then I just glue the fringed pieces to that, and it's perfect. I don't use up a piece of white cardstock that I could otherwise use in a much better way. I just use a scrap, and it works. So I'd already added the glue off camera and then just added those fringe pieces on. And I'm using this photo. It's of my husband and I holding hands. I take him lunch every single day, and he usually holds my hand like this after we eat lunch, and I just snapped a picture of it because it was so sweet. It's so sweet. So I'm just adding some layers behind. I thought I wanted this piece of this brown paper bag, but when I actually added it on there, it looks too dark to me. I don't like it. I don't like how it looks at all. I think it clashes with the wood grain pattern. I think it's maybe a different color of brown or something, and I didn't like it at all. So I ended up just trimming out some pattern paper and vellum to layer behind it. I use that kind of like that hot coral. Oh, it's kind of like a red pink coral. Maybe it's a hot coral. No, that's what I just said. It is hot coral. Paper with polka dots and then the triangles, and then I'm just trimming it all out and layering it behind the photo. And I was going to use the pattern paper that had all the scripty words on it and just fussy cut the "Love My Life" phrase out of it, but it was kind of small, and I ended up just getting the phrase die cuts out, and it had that phrase in there. Go me, I forgot that I'd actually done that, but that works. So I cut a piece of doily out, and then I discovered I accidentally cut 2 of the doilies. So I wasn't going to waste it, and I think I kind of like how this two doily layers look. So I just went ahead and added that piece on there behind, and now I'm just going to pop up my background with some foam adhesive. I wanted the butterfly die cut to pop off of the fringe because the fringe is kind of dimensional. and you want it to kind of move. So instead of it just being the front piece being smacked down on that fringe and kind of pushing it down, I kind of wanted it to have some room to fluff up. So I put some adhesive or some foam tape on, and then went through and took it all off super duper fast. I sped that up probably like, I don't even know, 8 times maybe. It took a little while, and I like how that looks. I need to get some of that just craft foam that they always talk about. It's, just buy it at Walmart or whatever, and just that would save a lot of nice foam tape. But anyway, so I'm just adding my photo here, and then I'm just going to add some embellishing, like extra embellishing. So I have these wooden chevron pieces, and I was playing around with them off camera so I could make sure I would put them in the right place, because I wasn't sure if I wanted them or not. So I'm going to add those eventually, and I added a piece of pattern paper on the bottom to kind of help the white space out a little bit, and a piece of a ticket from the Beautiful Day collection that I designed. By the way, I will link my collection down in the description box if you want to go purchase some of it. And I think there's a coupon code I'll link to. There's a coupon code, I think $5 off of $35 at Pretty Little Studio, and it never expires. So I'll make sure I put that in the description box. And it's one-time use per person. So anyways, if you want to pick up some of my collection that I'm using here. And I added that floral die cut up there on the butterfly because I felt like it needed something up there. It kind of, it's kind of embellishing everywhere else, but nothing up there. And I love how it looks. I want 10 million of those die cuts. Even though I designed them, I just want to be able to use them all the time, because I like flowers a lot. I like real flowers, I like die cut flowers, any kind of flowers. So I'm adding these wood chevrons on, and then I'm going to add some type journaling, and then that's it for this page. I hope you enjoyed seeing my process here, and please give me a thumbs up and a subscription if you're interested in seeing more projects from me. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!